Now, next model is from moderating. So now I'm using attitude as moderating. It's not supported by theory. I'm just showing you how to run. This is must be supported by theory and all that. So I'm just showing you how you run it. The way the attitude box is drawn is not right? It cannot be like that. You have to follow Masakaran, right? Uh, the moderating variable box got to be what do you call like a pyramid, like what do you call that? Going, what do you call that one? No, no, it's like this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, something like that. You can check with, it's supposed to be done, is because moderating variable. The reason we introduce is the effect of independent to dependent with moderation will increase or decrease. Okay, it's like a wheel, it moves like a wheel. So it pulls down or it pulls up, it makes it stronger or it makes the relationship strong, weaker. So independent to dependent variable, the effect once it's established, once you introduce moderating, it moderates the relationship. So yeah, what would you call that one? Pentagon symbol. It's like pentagons, pentagon symbol. That's the way you have to draw the moderating variable. So you have to understand why we introduce moderating. Say, for example, you are looking at factors contributing to sexual harassment. And then we introduce moderating as gender. So possibly, female are more harassed than men. And that's the truth, right? That's the truth. Females are more harassed than the men. Men are also harassed, right? So when you use gender here, so that will help you to see whether the independent variable to dependent variable, the impact with introduction of moderating increases or decreases. That's the reason we introduce moderating. Okay, that one got to be understood well. Okay, and there are different way of running the hypothesis for moderating variable. Those of you who have attended my webinar on developing theoretical framework, you should have be very familiar. If not, then listen to the variable, the video available in my YouTube channel. Okay, how to write hypothesis for moderating variable. Okay, so let me now proceed to run the moderating regression analysis, the hierarchical regression, we call it. Hierarchical regression. For mediating, we run 2 steps. Remember earlier the 2 model, now we have to run 3 model. But before we run, we have to do something else. Okay, so let me follow me here, follow me closely here. Go to transform. You can see me, right? Go to transform, compute variable, and then you type usefulness. I put use, and then attitude. I just put at. I just put at, and here we just bring up this one and get your usefulness inside the box. Then multiply. Start sign you have star one star sign. Then we get attitude. So what I'm doing is I'm multiplying the independent and moderating. So usefulness multiplied attitude. That's what I'm doing. Okay. Usefulness multiply attitude. That's what I've done. So now click OK. And if I go to data, you can see a variable created here. Usefulness and attitude. I've already created a new variable. And we have to do it for all without touching the dependent. Dependent, we have to remain as it is. So now independent and moderating, we have to multiply. Okay. So now we go to compute. There's a strong rain here and also wind. So let me close the window. Okay, so we go to compute. Now we change to ease of use, right? So EAC. And then here I delete usefulness and we put ease of use inside. I hope you are following me. Then we click OK. Then we do the third one, compatibility. So I put COM and here I delete and I put compatibility in. Then I click OK. Then I have two more, right? Compatibility. After that, what do you have? Subjective norm, right? So I put SN. Subjective norm. I put it in. Multiply by attitude is already there. And finally, we have perceived behavioral control. So PBC. And I delete that. And I bring perceived behavioral control in. Okay, so perceived behavioral control multiply attitude. So I have done that. Now, if you look at the data, if you scroll to the right, that's what you have. I've created 5 new variables. You can see here. Usefulness multiply attitude, ease of use multiply attitude, compatibility multiply attitude, subjective norm multiply attitude, perceived behavioral control multiply attitude. So I have created that already. Anyone has any question before I proceed to run the hierarchical regression for moderating tests? Anyone? No, huh? Good. Let me run now. Follow me closely, huh? Do it with me now. So please analyze regression, linear, the same step. Reset. And we put dependent first in the box. Independent. Attitude, no more independent, remember? We put it as moderating, so it's not there. Did you follow me? Okay, I hope you are following, huh?
Repeat.
Yes,
I
Prof.
put only 5.
So can you please repeat independent variable?
Okay, if you see here, how many independent I have? Usefulness, use of use, compatibility, subjective norm, and perceived behavioral control, right?
5.
5. Attitude is moderating. That's why I'm not putting it. So I take it out again. So I have usefulness, use of use, compatibility, right? Okay. So I have usefulness, use of use, compatibility. And then I have subjective norm and perceived behavioral control. That goes in. Oh, because I didn't reset it, I think. Okay, let me reset it. Let me reset it. Okay, I put it again. So dependent and independent. I got another 2. Okay. Then click next. So if click next, then I have to put attitude as independent here. So this becomes the second model. Then click next again. That's how it's a hierarchical 3 model. Click next again. Then we put all those multiplied one in block 3. Have you done it? Anyone has a problem? Please tell me now.
No, sir.
No, good. So we click this all similar thing. And also the R square change. We need that. So we click continue. Plots. We know which one to put where. Then we click continue. And then we click OK. So now you can see now here. Sorry. Go down. You have 3 model now. Model 1, model 2, model 3. Darwin Watson is still the same, you can see. No changes, you see. If you look at R square, with the introduction of moderating, it has increased 23.5%. So you can expect moderating effect. For looking at that, you can expect some moderating effect. Now, you can see here the all model are fit. F is significant. And look at now, the first model we know, we have run it. Second model mediating, we have run it. To conclude whether moderating or not, you have to look at here, significance level. Is there anyone significant? Is there anyone significant?
No, sir.
No,
Yes,
sir.
Prof. At 5% significant level, none of them significant. So we can go up to 10%. If you go to 10%, we find one. Am I right?
Yeah, yes.
0.090 usefulness, meaning that the attitude moderates the effect of usefulness on intention to abuse internet. So we got one at 10% significant level, which is safe to conclude. Up to 10% is safe for moderating. Okay. So that's how we run 3-step hierarchical regression to test the moderating effect in a model. The rates all will be similar. If you look at all the same, in terms of model, no problem. Now, I think I have done what I supposed to do for today's session. So now I will open up final question answer session.
Thank you. Thank you, Professor Islam. Very insightful session. Now let us open for question answer session. If any participant has any question, please raise your hand.
Maybe I can stop sharing. Is that okay? Or
Yes.
maybe I keep it in case anyone has question and
Anyone
I have to show
needs
you
it.
again.
Yeah. You can go back to the slides. Yes.
Anyone has any question, please. Is it time for you to raise even outside the session that I have done it? Even outside this, if you have any question, you can raise. Please feel free to do that. Anyone?
It's all right, Prof.
Yes.
Anyone?
Yes, my name is Samuel Abiodun Alara. I'm connecting from Nigeria. Thank you for the wonderful lectures thus far and the whole thing. I just wanted to be sure about the SPSS, some of this analysis that we've done, particularly the mediating and moderation one. Can we also do the same with Amos and probably the smart PLS, maybe for issue of ease?
Yeah, basically, if you run PLAs, your life would be much easier to interpret because it shows the path modeling much more easier. Okay. And one of the assumptions for you to use PLAs when you have a smaller sample size, results would be more or less similar. A slight difference could be there, but it could be more or less similar. PLS is more robust. It does many diagnostic tests before you test the hypothesis. Okay, so it depends on the model that you have. If you're having time series data, there's no way you can use PLS. It has to be in SPSS, okay? But the kind of data I use today, having a theoretical framework, use the survey questionnaire, definitely you can use SPSS, you can use PLS. Now, if you ask me which one is the best now, of course, at this moment, SPSS were third generation languages and PLS belongs to fourth generation languages. So definitely we'll advise you to use PLS. Okay, but depending on the kind of data, if your data is time series data, PLS can't do much. You have to use SPSS or you have to use AMOS. You have to use AMOS. Those of you are familiar with AMOS, AMOS is a bit difficult software to use. Very complicated one. I don't even feel, I have never run even. I feel very comfortable with SPSS because I think it's almost since 1999. Since I learned SPSS, it has been already 23 years. I have been conducting workshop in SPSS. I'm very comfortable with that. And now with PLS also, I'm comfortable. But AMOS, I have never tried.
Rula Hani has raised his hand. Please.
Oh, Dr. Rula. Yeah, Dr. Rula has raised her hand. Dr. Rula?
Hello, doctor.
How are you?
Thank you. I'm fine. My question is, I'm using a controlling variable, two controlling variable for panel data. And I use the same what you did, two model inside the regression. Is it right, or how can I?
Okay. I quickly ran one regression to show how you treat control variable. Can I do that?
Yeah.
I quickly do that for you. Okay, we go to analyze. My problem is I haven't prayed Johor prayer yet, so I have to pray within 5-10 minutes. Okay, I go to linear, I reset, regression linear, then I put depend. No, I put dependent. Okay. Sorry, it's not here. That's here. Okay. So you're dependent here. If you have control variables, say for example, my control variable is the age, gender, and also how many years I work. That one you have to put first.
Okay.
That one you have to put first. Then you go to next. Okay. Then only we put independent.
The main model.
The main independent. So my main independent, say for example, all this. So I put that in the second block. Then I will run it.
Okay.
So you have to put the control variable in the first block. Then only the second block, independent, following my moderating, mediating, whatever. But control has to be first.
Okay. I did the same steps, but how can I interpret? The same?
Because you don't have any,
or not?
Because you don't have any hypothesis related to control variable, am I right? You don't have. So what you want to do is just you have to control certain aspects of your data. So that's not a problem. You have to just look at your original model, independent to dependent, and from that you just explain.
Okay.
Meaning that is going to be the second model, not the first model. First model is control against dependent. Second model is independent to dependent. So you will have to explain based on the second model.
Okay, thank you,
which already took care of your modality. Okay, the second model.
Okay.
All right.
Any
other question?
Any other question from the participants?
So I think we had very steady participants. Like everyone was there. No one has left during the session, which is something very good. So yes. I guess probably they were really following up and learning something.
I hope so, yeah.
I tried to go very slow, and I hope that participants were able to follow. There's no way, I think, to not being able to follow. But the video is shared, saved in my computer. So I will share with Dr. Irfan Bashir. and he will share with his acquaintance, those of you participated. And this video also would be available in my YouTube channel. Platform for Research and Development is going to be there. It may take some time because you have to do some editing with the video. So 1 or 2 weeks time, you have to give us 1 or 2 weeks time to do editing. Then we'll put up in my YouTube channel. You can also refer there, okay? All right, so participants, thank you very much for being so patient. And thank you, Dr. Irfan, for giving me this opportunity to share how to run a bit of, because SPSS is such thing that I usually do 3 days workshop, 3 days, 3 days. So it is long time to learn, but you have to.
We had a very short time.
Yeah.
I thank you, Professor Islam, for a very insightful session, and it was really a slow session. I hope the participants could have followed the steps very easily, and it was very helpful and easy to follow the session, easy to follow the steps which you have taught. And you have covered, I think, the most of the techniques, right from correlation, right from computing the variable to correlation, to regression, to moderation and mediation. And I hope that participants have gained quite a good experience, hands-on experience from yourself in future as well. Thank you very much, sir, for joining. And as Professor Islam had said, the recording shall be shared on his YouTube channel, and I will also share the recording with the registered participants on their groups. And if anyone has a specific request for the, those who have not registered for the workshop, please drop me an email. I will share the link for the recording and the PPT. Thank you, everyone, for staying tuned and being patient listeners. Thank you, Professor Islam, for a very insightful session.
You're most welcome. All right, assalamu alaikum, and you all take care. See you some other time, inshallah.
Inshallah.
So I end the meeting because I am the host. So if I
yes,
click end, it's going to be ended,
Yes, sir.
Or you want to take over as host and you want to
No, sir. You can end the meeting because we have a next meeting at 2:30 next session. So you can end the meeting. We are done here.
Okay. Thank you so much. All right. Assalamu alaikum. Take care.